Good morning, everybody. Today is Monday, today is March 30th. We're going to go ahead and do our math lesson for today. We are going to look at Chapter 9, Section 5, Mean Absolute Deviation. Before we start that, though, let's do a review problem of Quartile 1, Quartile 3, and Interquartile Range. So as you can see, from the data, remember the first thing is always to put the data in order from least to greatest, which that's already done here, so that's good. Okay, so let's count the pieces of data. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All right, so I have an odd number of pieces of data, so that tells me that I'm only going to have one number when I'm looking for that median. So we're going to find the median, quartile 1, quartile 3, and the interquartile range. So let's start with crossing off till we get to the middle piece of data. That is my median. Okay. Quartile 1, or the upper quartile, is the median of this half of the data. So I cross off. When I get to the middle, I have two 25s. Well, 25 plus 25 is 50, and 50 divided by 2 is still going to give you that 25. All right, and then quartile 3 is the median of the upper half of the data. So I'm going to work my way in. All right, I've got 47 plus 76 divided by 2. So when you do that, you got 47 plus 76. That's going to give you 123. Divide that by 2 is 61 and a half, or 61 5/10. Now we're going to look at the interquartile range. The interquartile range is quartile 3 minus quartile 1. So I'm going to subtract 61 and a half minus 25. So 61 and a half minus 25, the interquartile range is 36.5. All right, I'd like to go back and remind you at any point you're able to pause the video. So if you wanted to start the video all over and practice this problem on your own and check it as you go through each step, that would be a great idea. All right, so we're going to move on. Change books here. All right, so the mean absolute deviation, or the MAD, as you're going to hear it called, is an average of how much data values differ from the mean. So basically, what it's asking you is, how far is each piece of data away from the mean? What's the average of that? So here are the 4 steps. And again, you're going to need to pause the video and get this into your book. Right? So finding the mean absolute deviation, or the MAD. First step, find the mean of the data. Remember, that's adding them up and dividing by the number of data. Step 2 is going to be find the distance between each data value and the mean. Don't worry, I'm going to show you what this looks like. Step 3, find the sum of the distances in step 2. And then step 4 is divide the sum in step 3 by the total number of the data values. All right, so I know when we do these steps, we got to kind of break it down because that's a lot of talking going on right there. So at this point, stop the video, pause the video, get these steps written into your book, and I'll see you when you come back. All right, so at this point, you should have the steps written into your notebook. We're going to do some examples. We have 4 examples we're going to go through. Okay, so notice I have a little star here with a little cloud. The greater the MAD, the greater the variation of the data. So the greater the mean absolute deviation, the greater the variation of the data. So the first one, here's your first example. So I want you to pause the video, copy these down in your book, and then we're going to work through this together, step by step. All right, so we're going to look at example 1. Well, I'll just put examples. Number 1, the data are in order from least to greatest. So we have 1, 2, 2, 2, 4, 4, 4, and 5. All right, so step 1. Step 1, find the mean. So we're going to add 1 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 5. And we're going to divide by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, so we're going to take those, take that and divide it by 8. All right, so we've got 1 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 5. And that's 24. And remember we said we had 8 pieces of data. So 24 divided by 8 is 3. So that's step 1. That's the mean. All right. Step 2. Find the distance that each piece of data is away from the mean. So 1 to 3 is going to be 2. 1. So do 3 minus 1. That's going to give you 2. Then 3, from 2 to 3 is going to be 1. And there's another 2. And then there's another 2. The 4 is also 1 away. So we have 3 of those. And then the last one, how far is 5 away from 3? And that's going to be 2. Okay? So that's step 2. Find the distance between each data value and the mean. Step 3 is to find the sum of the distances in step 2. All right, so, and then step 4 is to divide that sum from step 3 by the total number of data values. Well, I know I have 8 data values. So I'm going to go ahead and write that 8 there. All right, so now I'm going to have 2 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 2. And that's going to give me 10. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then I'm going to take 10, divide that by 8, and that is going to give me 1.25. 1.25, or 1 in 25 hundredths. So the data values differ from the mean by an average of 1 in 25 hundredths. That's what that means. Okay? All right, I'm going to get to a point where I can pause the video for just a second. Maybe. Okay, we're just going to work back and forth between the two. All right, so here's your second set of data. Actually, I'm going to show you the second, the third, and the fourth. So go ahead and copy these down in your book. Notice again, this one is already in order from least to greatest. Okay. For question 3, we're going to find the mean, the median, and the MAD of each data set. And what we're looking at here is a restaurant with 5 most expensive dishes that this restaurant serves, and the 5 least expensive dishes that this restaurant serves. So we're going to find the mean, the median, and the mean absolute deviation of each set of data. Okay, and then the last set of data is the model years of used cars on a lot. So we have 2010, 2002, 2005, 2007, and 2001. All right, so you need to pause the video, back the video up, whatever you need to do. Let's get those examples into your book before we move forward. All right, so next example we have 5, 8, 8, 10, 13, 14, 16, and 22. Now again, they're already in order from least to greatest. That's good. All right, so step 1 is we're going to find the mean. So I've got 1, so I'll have 5 plus 8 plus 8 plus 10 plus 13 plus 14 plus 16 plus 22 divided by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we're going to divide that by 8 again. All right, so let's add these up. Hopefully you have your handy dandy calculator ready. 5 plus 8 plus 8 plus 10 plus 13 plus 14 plus 16 plus 22 is 96. 96 divided by 8 is 12. So that's our mean. That is the mean. Okay, so now that's step 1. Step 1 is the mean. Step 2, 3, and 4 kind of get combined a little bit. So step 2 is to start with how far is each piece of data away from the mean. So how far away is 5 from 12? If you think about a number line, or you can do the subtraction. 12 minus 5 is 7. 12 minus 8 is 4. And then another 4. And then 2. 13 minus 12 is 1. 14 minus 12 is 2. 16 minus 12 is 4. And then 22 minus 12 is 10. Oops, that should all be plus signs in there. I'm so sorry. Let me fix that. Plus, 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 plus. All right, so we still have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have 8 pieces of data. So now we're going to find the sum of 7 plus 4 plus 4 plus 2 plus 1 plus 2 plus 4 plus 10. That equals 34. Divide that by 8, and that's 4 and 25 hundredths. So that is the mean absolute deviation. The average space between each piece of data is, in the mean, is 4 and 25 hundredths. All right, so that was number 2. Let's look at number 3. Remember, pause the video, rewind it, look at it again, whatever you need to do. All right, so number 3 is a little different because we have to find the mean, the median, and the MAD of each data set. So I'm going to have most expensive. All right, and then we'll have least expensive. So we have 2 different sets of data we're looking at here. Right, so if you look, these are not in order from least to greatest. So if I look at the 5 most expensive dishes, the 5 most expensive, out of those 5, the least would be 25, then 2 28s, then we have a 30 and a 39. Okay, and then the least expensive dishes, let's put those in order from least to greatest. We have 7, 7, 8, 10, and 12. So remember, we're going to do the mean, the median, and the mean absolute deviation. Okay, so the mean is going to be 25 plus 28 plus 28 plus 30 plus 39 divided by 5. That's going to be the mean. All right, so let's look at that. 25 plus 28 plus 28 plus 30 plus 39 divided by 5. So the mean is $30. The median, well, there's 5 pieces of data, so it's going to be an odd number. So there's only going to be one left in the middle. So we're just going to work our way in. So the median price is 28. And now we're going to look for the MAD. So remember our mean is 30. So 30 minus 25 is 5. 30 minus 28 is 2. We have 2 of those. 30 to 30 is 0. And then 39 minus 30 is 9. So let's add 5 plus 2 plus 2 plus 0 plus 9 divided by 5. So the mean absolute deviation is 3 6/10. Oops, let me move that up for you so you can see that. I'm so sorry. Okay, again, I encourage you to stop the video, try it yourself, rewind it, keep looking at it. All right. So if you want to pause the video and try the least expensive, that would be a great idea. All right, so we're going to move forward. We're going to find the mean. We have 7 plus 7 plus 8 plus 10 plus 12. Again, we have 5 pieces of data. All right, so I'll put the calculator on this side for us now. So 7 plus 8 plus 10 plus 12 is 44. And then 44 divided by 5 is $8.80. All right, so now we'll do the median. So cross off till we get in the middle. The median is 8. The median is 8. Let me write this under here with this one. All right, so now we have to do the mean absolute deviation. So to go from $7 to $8.80, that's a 1.80 plus a 1.80. Yes, you can just write 1.8 if that's what you decide. From here to here, we would have 80. Okay, and again, you're just subtracting the data from the mean. Okay, so from 880 to 10, it's $1.20. And then the last one, minus 12 is 3.2. Notice I got that negative there. So we want to use the absolute value. We want to see how, if we're actually counting just how many spaces away are these from each other on the number line. All right, then we're going to add those up and divide by 5. So 1.8 plus 1.8 plus 0.8 plus 1.2 plus 3.2. And then we're going to divide that by 5, which is 1.76. Okay. So the mean absolute deviation is 1 76/100. All right, so we got one more example we're going to do here. It's number 4. You should have these in your notebook. Right, these are also not in order from least to greatest. So let's start with that. So pause the video and start with putting them in order from least to greatest. All right, so we have 2001, 2002, 2005, 2007, and 2010. Okay, so start finding the mean. So you're going to add them up and divide by the number of data. Add those up and divide by the number of data. I'm looking in the textbook. You keep working on the average. All right. So we're going to have 2001 plus 2002 plus 2005 plus 2007 plus 2010 divided by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 again. All right, so 2001 plus 2002 plus 2005 plus 2007 plus 2010. And we want to divide that by 5. So the average is 2005. Okay, that's step 1. Step 2 is we're going to find how far is each piece of data away from the average or the mean. So 2001 to 2005 is 4. 2002 to 2005 is 3. 2005 to 2005 is 0. 2005 to 2007 is 2. And 2010 to 2005 is 5. So we're going to add those up. We're still dividing by 5. All right, so we've got 4 plus 3 plus 0 plus 2 plus 5. It's 14. And then 14 divided by 5 is 2.8. So the mean absolute value is 2.8. All right, so I'm going to have you guys practice some of these. I'm going to put your assignment under the camera. I really hope that you guys still know that you can reach out to Mrs. Bianco or myself. I'm excited about doing our Zoom call tomorrow. So we'll practice some more of these things. Okay, so your assignment today is Schoology, Chapter 9, Section 5, Textbook Assignment. That's going to be your assignment for today. Okay. I miss you guys. Reach out if you need help. Thank you.